welcome to our wonderful Hollywood Bowl. And thank you for spending this evening here with us with our great Los Angeles Philharmonic. Tonight is something of a special night for me in a number of ways. One of them is it's a kind of an anniversary for me, because in the late 1950s, on several occasions, I worked as an extra pianist with the Los Angeles Philharmonic here at the Hollywood Bowl. And that is, I don't know how many years ago, 60, I guess, or more. But I never had the opportunity and the privilege to conduct the Philharmonic until 1978. And I have been conducting now for 40 years with the orchestra. And I have to be honest, I never intended to do that. Because at that time, the orchestra was managed by a gentleman, Ernest Fleischman, who was a great producer and executive of the orchestra and a lover of music. And he said, "John, you have to come to the Hollywood Bowl to conduct." I said, no, I don't conduct in the public. And he said, which was true. And I said, we have Zubin Mehta as our music director, one of the great conductors of the world. You don't need me. John, you don't understand. You have to come to the Bowl. And Mr. Fleischman was a gentleman that you could not say no to. So this is a special night for me personally in the years that I can think about and celebrating with the orchestra, this relationship. And a second reason why it's special for me tonight is we have a great special guest. And I've been trying to get him to come Hollywood Bowl for many years. But he's a bit busy. But this gentleman has been many things to me. He has been, for 45 years, one of my very dearest friends. For many of those years, he's been my boss, my editor, my inspiration, and always a great pal. And I hope we'll have another 45 years together. Please welcome Steven Spielberg.
Thank you. Thank you.
We need a bigger boat.
Yes, we need a bigger boat. Let me begin by saying that in physics, the universe was formed in what's been called the Big Bang, which, as you know, is a flash of cosmic brilliance that lit up the heavens and created all the stars and the planets. But in culture, we experienced another Big Bang when W.K.L. Dixon, in 1892, working under the auspices of Thomas Edison, invented the kinetoscope, which was the first motion picture camera. So in another flash of brilliance, the movies were born. And if the movies are like lightning, then the music written for them is the thunder, because there is no better marriage of mediums than film and music. And in the great silent movie era, D.W. Griffith, Max Sennett, Charlie Chaplin, they knew this better than anyone. Because in those pre-jazz singer days before the talking picture, all they had were silent, flickering images off to the side of the screen with a piano off to the side of the screen and a storyline that cued us, because of the piano, when to laugh, when to cry, and maybe even when to hide our eyes. And it was during this arranged marriage of image and music that audiences fell in love with the movies. And how far we have come, and how lucky we are to have the great maestro himself, John Williams, performing in front of our movie screens. And tonight with his friends in the Los Angeles Philharmonic, whom I am honored, and we are honored to be hearing from tonight. So it's both a privilege and a responsibility when telling stories about our collective history. Now, there's no rules when a story rolls off the imagination, but when it's drawn from the archives of scholarly research and public record, I have to take a step forward with a more tempered approach, and so does John, when he's trying to find what to say about the Holocaust or World War II or 19th century American history. So, here now is the music John wrote to underscore Abraham Lincoln's second inaugural address in our film Lincoln, featuring the orchestra's principal trumpet, Thomas Hooten.